Hey Collective, good afternoon. This is Una Fierce. This is the Eclectic Witch Tarot Show. Coming here to bring you a message from Spirit. First, I want to start by clearing the air. Alright, and the whole time I was meditating beforehand, I kept seeing the Spirit of the Animals Oracle, which makes sense. I was out on a walk today and noticing all the beautiful things out there. Hope you guys, if you're where I am, it is absolutely gorgeous. We've been having unseasonable weather. It is still 80 degrees here at the end of September. It's been amazing. Hope you guys are enjoying it as well. See, how am I going to shuffle these big cards? Best we can. All right, Spirit. All right, actually, let me do this first. I always see a lot of squirrels and a lot of chipmunks. Chipmunks are so cute. They move around so fast and they never want to hang out. Squirrels will hang out with you. Let you talk to them and look at you and acknowledge your existence. Chipmunks are just in a hurry to run back up the tree. What animals have you guys been noticing in nature lately? All right, Spirit. I think we're just gonna do this actually. All right, first card out. Loon, intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Beautiful. Second one out is Dragonfly, magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. Love that card. And White Stag Protector. This one came out the other day. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. I'm going to start with those three little guys. All right. I feel like we're being called to spend more time in solitude. Definitely, it's been a thing for me. I've been kind of struggling with meditating. I don't know why. My mind has been really wanting to take over everything lately. And Spirit's really been on me about you have to get quiet so you can listen and so you can hear, what it is you're supposed to be doing and what's going on and all these things. I feel like, so first of all, we need to make sure that we're making time to rest and give ourselves peace and quiet, whatever. Even though, we have jobs and things we have to do, Spirit's asking us to take the time to have time to ourselves and go within and listen. Even though we're busy, we deserve to have peace. And there's a lot going on in the world around us all the time, and we're always go, 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 and feeling like we have to move. And I feel like Spirit's reminding us that's an illusion. The outside world, all the things that you see on the news and all that stuff, that's all illusion. That if you can take the time and listen to your inner voice, you'll see that there's a lot more to this life than just being busy all the time. Spirit saying that you were meant for more than that. You have a divine purpose as well. All of us are equipped to do amazing things, and Spirit's saying if we take the time to go within and find those things, that we can have lives that we enjoy a lot more of the quiet, more of the solitude. And if that's not your thing, you might want to check it out, because it's actually really peaceful. Let's move on to Dragonfly. Embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant. I am blessed. Yeah, this is a time for transformation. Spirit's asking us to look at ourselves, like look at the things that we're questioning and we're not sure about. Are we doing things out of just perpetual motion, or are we doing things because that's what we want to do? Also, are we doing things because we feel like we have to? And is that based on some belief systems about, maybe we have family members that are calling on us to, do more than we really have time to do, or things like that? Are we doing them out of obligation? Or we feel like we're obligated? Or are we doing them because we want to? We truly want to. Are we enjoying the things that we're doing? I feel like we're also being called to look at belief systems as far as, are the things that you think you're seeing in your reality, are those really there, or are those just things that you have come to expect because of the way that things have gone in the past? We're being asked to let go of those things so that we can see what really is in front of us. And have faith in ourselves that we can do that, are doing that. And when we do that, it changes the way that we see things, our perception of our world around us, as above, so below. If we are feeling a certain way, our surroundings are going to reflect our feelings inside. And I feel like Spirit's saying, stop focusing on the things that don't look so good, because there's, if you transform and do your shadow work and things like that, you're gonna really start to see changes in your reality. But you have to first let go of what can go wrong. White Stag Protector, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Yeah, I feel like first of all, obviously it's saying get out into nature. And I just was feeling that today. I felt like I just really needed it today. And I was glad I did. It was beautiful out in the sun. It felt good to feel it on my skin. We don't have a whole lot of days of summer left. It's not summer now, it's fall, but it feels like summer out there. But just by getting out there, it lifts your spirits and makes you feel better. And when you're in a place of joy, of course, you're going to have better experiences. You're dragging your feet and humdrum and poor me and whatever. Of course, it's going to be a lot different than if you're wow, this is awesome. You know, thank you, Spirit, for all this beauty out here to enjoy. And anyway, I feel like it's a good idea to get out into nature. When you are seeing these animals and things around you, even like today, I don't know, I was inspired to look up, I saw these not pea pods, but pods of this tree all over the ground. And I was inspired to look it up and see, you know, what that means spiritually. And there's a couple of things that were not things that I would normally, I always look at the animals and the plants and stuff, but I didn't really think about, there's a couple of things that I don't usually think about, but I looked it up. What does it mean spiritually? And it really did resonate with what was, you know, what was on my mind at the time. It's really interesting that, I mean, really you don't realize how signs are being given to you all the time. And I would just wanted to share that with you, that, you know, pay attention, look around you and see, you know, when you hear a siren, when you know, everything. It's not even just the obvious things like sirens and stuff and, you know, storms and things like that, but just literally everything in your existence is there for you to have a clue of what could, you know, what could you do better, or what could make you feel better, or what some insight into a situation that you need clarity on. So I wanted to share that. Awaken to the powerful force within you. Yeah, and the thing is about that is that we manifest those things. You really are your mood and your emotions really are manifesting your surroundings. And I mean, that was the pod thing to me was just wild. I'm like, can't believe these nasty looking pods all over the ground, but it was strange that, you know, there were so many of them, and so it caught my attention. And then also walnuts were dropping all around me, and I looked that up, and that was another thing. It was like right on. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool, you know? So I encourage you guys to really start looking, anything that catches your eye. I'm not saying, you know, well, it probably is everything, but things that catch your eye, at least, you know, take a look, just Google it and see what's the spiritual meaning of this. It's pretty interesting stuff. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. I feel like we're being asked to explore our spiritual gifts more so these days than ever. And as you're exploring all these new things, share them with your spiritual friends, you know, and just see the things that they're learning too. It's interesting how we're all going through the same things, and we don't realize it because nobody wants to talk about, you know, the personal stuff and whatever. But if you can be authentic, if you have a good friend that you can be authentic with and talk to them, you're gonna see that it's all divinely inspired. And I feel like we're all kind of being asked to look farther into our spiritual gifts and, you know, see what can we use to help ourselves, help others, help the collective. If you're a person that wants to help the world, you know. But I feel like, yeah, we're definitely being asked to get outside and see what there is to see out there. All right, Spirit, where are we going from here? Since we're on the topic of nature, let's go to the crystal cards. Comment what's your favorite crystal. I I love all of them. I don't even know if I have a favorite, honestly. Pretty much every single one I see. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, Spirit, give me one. This one. Give me just one for Loon, please. Labradorite. Embrace magic and mystery. Open your mind to new possibilities. Yeah, I feel like this is more about searching into our gifts. I feel like the Spirit really wants us to seek solitude and look more into our gifts. Embrace the magic and mystery. Open yourself to new possibilities. What could you be doing differently that can inspire yourself and others to look within themselves? I feel like in order to know that, again, Spirit's saying you have to take the time to just sit in stillness. In order to notice those gifts. Get away from the craziness and the chaos and all the city traffic and all those things so that you can see the magic that's actually already there within you and within your surroundings. And open your mind up to what could be, what could be different, what would inspire me, what's something that I love that I would like to share with people. Give me one for Dragonfly, Spirit. Fluorite. Find clarity and focus. Let your mind be sharp and clear. Yeah. Again, about the letting go of the past. If we're holding on to old ideas and thoughts about people, and we're not going to be able to see what's really in front of us. In order to see clearly, we've got to clean the slate of all the old ideas and patterns and grab on to the new that's coming in, because we are in a time of change, and this is meant for us to our manifestations are the old world is ending, okay, and a new time is beginning. And in order for us to grab onto these new experiences, we have to first let go of all that old stuff. I feel like I keep saying the same thing over. Find clarity and focus.
Yeah, just that you have to, you have to let go of the old stuff in order to see like really what's going on in front of you. If you're still living in yesterday and, the beliefs about people, maybe it's beliefs about people in government, maybe it's beliefs about people of a certain socioeconomical class, or if you hate rich people, you're never going to be rich, right? And if you think your government is always going to hurt you, then that's what you're going to manifest into your life. So Spirit's asking us, we really have to clear those old mindsets and make sure that we're in the right state of mind to be focused, to focus and be manifesting better things for us and our family members and all of us, the whole human race. Give me one for White Stag, Spirit. Smoky Quartz. Ground yourself. Release what no longer serves you. Yeah, it's a time for trying out new things. As we're getting these ideas and things like that, we get excited and caught up in the moment, and especially if there's a whole bunch of stuff, creating to the chaos, or excuse me, creating chaos around us. We really have to remember that we need to get grounded. Going out in nature is a really good way to do that. You can eat grounding foods, which looks like red foods, black foods. Okay. You can use sage, salt baths, things like that. But imagining, your roots growing out underneath you and you're meditating, things like that. But and then it also says again, release what no longer serves you. Yeah, I just feel like it's the same message all the way across the board here, over and over. And what it always is, you get out in nature, get yourself grounded, go within. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. This is the way that you're going to be able to do that. Okay. All right, Spirit, what else? Let's see. I think I'll go to these ones. I can get one for labradorite. Just get one, please. Okay, to manifest abundance and being the lighthouse. I feel like by getting into our spiritual gifts and teaching others, this is where the Spirit's saying our abundance is going to come from. This is what we're here to do, is be this lighthouse for others, showing the way to do this. And I guess that's why the message is over and over and over. Spirit's trying to really get the point across that this is how we do this, guys. It does take work. It's a little bit of work. You have to make the time. And doing shadow work and letting go of old beliefs and stuff is kind of, it's hard to let yourself go back into those old things that happened and stuff like that. But once we realize why those things happened and what we learned from it, you can teach other people, and I feel like that's part of being a light worker, a spiritual person who works in spiritual fields and stuff like that. But I feel like this is the time that these are the kind of careers that are going to be the most profitable to you and to everyone else, because it's what Spirit needs right now. The universe, all the money in the world belongs to the universe, and I feel like by listening and doing what we're being asked, that's where we're going to create our abundance. What else, Spirit? I hate when a bunch of them come out. I'm just going to take the top one. Learn to respond, not react. Okay. All right. This is coming on top of White Stag and Smoky Quartz about grounding yourself. So when these life situations come up that are chaotic, life is gonna life. It's the way it is. But if we can calm ourselves, if we can stay grounded and calm ourselves, keep ourselves calm and peaceful through the chaos, then and learn to just respond to the situation instead of freaking out. That we're gonna learn that maybe things aren't really as crazy as we think they are. Maybe we're just imagining that they are because of our old belief systems and stuff. If you're in a crazy situation, it's a lot more productive to just take a deep breath and stay calm and see it for what it is. And it gives you a minute to go into your thoughts and say, okay, what needs to happen next? So trying to remain grounded throughout your day, not just in the morning after you meditated, but try to build your energy bubble around you, fill it with peace and calm, and maybe do it a couple of times through the day if you think to, but especially when you start noticing that things are getting chaotic. But by taking a deep breath and assessing the situation for what it really is and not what we expect, I feel like we're going to start noticing that things are, if we're coming from a calm place, that the situation is going to be a lot easier to control, right? Yeah. All right, what else, Spirit? Reiki healer, maybe some of you are being called to do Reiki. Is it fear or faith that is influencing today's decisions? Yeah. Are you coming from a place of old belief systems? Are you worried that something is going to happen a certain way? Is maybe that affecting your manifestations because you assume that it's not going to be a good thing, that something's wrong with it because maybe your mom told you when you were 3 that something was wrong with it? we're really being asked to look at that stuff and see, are you making decisions based on what you believe or what you know, or are you basing it on things that you thought you knew, or are you making them because you're afraid that it won't turn out for your highest and best good? I don't know how to explain that any better. Make sure that you're not making decisions out of being afraid for better. Maybe you don't believe that you can have better. Maybe you have a fear around, if it's a money situation you look at, maybe you have a fear around money. Maybe you don't think you do, you don't realize you do, but maybe some things happened that made you afraid to believe that you could have abundance. Or if you've done the work and you've healed those things, maybe you could then have faith that that you are deserving, and you are magic, and you are manifesting what your life looks like. So if you can do it in faith that you're creating what you want and you deserve it, you're going to do a lot better with manifesting the things that you want. Okay? What makes you genuinely happy? Yeah, we're definitely being reminded that nothing good is going to come out of, sadness. Obviously, if you're insisting on being sad or upset about something, that you're only going to see more of that. So how can you change your mindset? So there are ways. You can go do things that you enjoy. First of all, color a picture, take a shower, maybe go swimming, maybe, talk to your kids, call them up and say, hey, what's up? What is it, whatever it is that makes you happy, Spirit's asking us to do more of that, because it puts us in, when we're in a state of joy, then that's where the higher vibrations are, and that's where this abundance is that we're looking for, and this new way of living all is on that plane. So Spirit's asking us to find what makes us happy so that we can help to create more of that for everyone. And also, when you are happy, your energy and vibrations rubs off on the next guy, right? When somebody comes in the room smiling, it makes you feel good. I do happiness life coaching, and one of the things that I learned to teach people is that one of the tricks is to, when you're feeling really down, that the best thing you can do is fake a smile. Just put a fake smile on your face, and you're gonna feel ridiculous doing it at first, but you hold that smile, and I can tell you from experience that, first of all, sometimes people look at you kind of funny, and it makes you, for me, it makes me laugh when people look at me funny. Most of the time, though, people will just smile back. It makes them, and you can tell a lot of times it's a genuine smile. So that, just by smiling at someone, maybe they needed that. Maybe they really needed to see your smile, and by seeing that, it probably helped them to feel better. Who knows what kind of stuff they're going through. We're all kind of going through a lot right now. It's just the way it is. But by doing things that inspire us to be happy and sharing that with others, reflecting that to others, being the lighthouse. It's going to help our whole world, our whole universe, our whole environment to rise up and catch this 5D wave. All right, ascend and give not one fuck is last one. Oh, sorry, YouTube. Yeah. So, the people around you may not be on your level with this. Maybe they're determined to not smile at you. Maybe they want to give you a frown and tell you to whatever. But the Spirit's saying, no, that's not for you. But you are on a path of greatness, and you are doing the things that you are being called to do for a very good reason. Okay, we're on a mission here to help the world. Okay, and I know it sounds superheroes, but it really is. It's your superhero power to embrace your awesome self and help people find their own awesome selves inside. And if we do that unabashedly and continue to do it, it's we're all gonna win. So I feel like Spirit's saying, do this without any. Don't hold back. Don't hold back on any of it. Just share your light. Teach other people what they're willing to learn. And just love each other, and because we're all in this together. And do it like you mean it. Do it like you're here to make a presence. Because your presence is what's going to help everyone. All right, so I'm trying to keep these around a half hour, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. But if you like what you saw and you're interested in a personal reading, I have some links under my channel description, along with Reiki distance healing that I'm offering, and I also am a life coach that we can do through Zoom. If you enjoyed my reading and you want to subscribe, I would appreciate all the subscribes. I am kind of new to this, but I am a new YouTube channel, so I would appreciate the support if anybody feels moved to do that. And anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day today, and I'll see you again soon.